Prater, women's basketball graduate student.
My name is Joe Giles. I'm a thrower, and I'm a freshman.
Hello, I'm Cooper Rogers. I'm from the Mississippi State track and field team, and I'm a freshman. I run the 400 and 200.
So what inspired you to pursue the sport of basketball?
So when I was growing up, my next door neighbors had a mixed family, and they had a bunch of kids. And the boys that I used to play with, they had a goal, and they used to do me so bad. I could not keep up with them. So basically, my mom put me on a basketball team so I could learn the game and start playing. But it was definitely fueled by competition.
Finding out that it could help me pay for college and get a further education, and that I could possibly make a professional career out of it.
Many factors, actually. First off, it was my older cousin. I used to always go to his track meets when I was younger. And one day I told my mom, like, "Hey mom, did you do track when I was younger?" He's like, "Yeah, I was pretty good at it." And here's where we are now.
Who is your biggest influence on your athletic career?
My biggest influence, honestly, one of my first favorite players in the WNBA was Elena Beard, because she played for the Sparks and I always dreamed of playing for the Sparks, and she was a great defender, and I just liked her game. And a lot of people probably don't know who she is, but she was one of my first favorite players.
Who has been your biggest influence on your athletic career?
So it honestly would be hard for me to pick one specific person, but I can definitely say my parents and my high school coaches have helped me be where I am today. They've helped me dig out of mental challenges and blocks that I thought I would never get out of, which has helped me become a better athlete.
My older cousin, Brennan, he was the one that always went to track meets. He would run the hurdles. And I would always say, I want to be just like him when I grow up.
How do you prepare mentally and physically for competitions?
Physically, it's mostly just like getting myself warm and getting myself like comfortable in my body, if that makes sense. Like all the rolling out, all the stuff with the trainers. Mentally, just clearing my head, and it doesn't take much for me to get excited to compete.
How do you prepare mentally and physically for competitions?
So mentally, I really like to drown out all the noise, so I'll put on some headphones, listen to my music while I'm stretching, going over my warm-up. And physically, while I'm doing all those other steps, I like to go over drills, stretch, just to make sure my body is ready and warmed up so I can do what I needed to do in order to perform and compete.
I don't focus on the competition before it happens. If I focus on it, it's not going to help me. So I either take some time for myself, go eat some food, relax, sit around. Then when I get to competition, I worry about that.
Can you describe the emotions you feel when competing during a game?
Passionate, excited, maybe a little bit of nervousness, but the good type of nervous, and joy.
I would say the most emotion I would ever have in a competition is excitement, because I love the thrill of competition. It makes me feel even better than what I already am.
What message do you hope to convey through your athletic achievements?
Just that the obstacles that you overcome are all worth it in the end, and that just like, especially with having season-ending injuries or just like transferring schools, that like everyone's process is different, but in the end it's about what you get out of it. What you put in is what you're going to get out. So in the end, I just do it all for the love of the game.
What message do you hope to convey through your athletic achievements?
That one bad game or meet doesn't define your season. It's just a moment. You have to push through and refocus, and remember that champions are made through resilience and consistency, not just perfection.
I will say this like I tell my younger brother. Just because I am doing something, be your own person. Just because I decide to go to Mississippi State, you don't have to go to Mississippi State. You can go anywhere and still be great. You can go JUCO and still be great. I know many athletes like that.
What advice would you give to any inspiring athletes looking to follow in your footsteps?
Like I said, what you put in is what you get out, and it's different for everybody. But just doing as much research on the game, like watching the game, reaching out to people who you look up to, and honestly, you'll be surprised they might hit you back a lot more than you would think. And just leading with your heart, honestly. Get in that gym.
What advice would you give to inspiring athletes looking to follow in your footsteps?
To take it one throw at a time, and you can't worry about others, only focus on what you can control. Don't worry about who's doing this or that, just focus on what you're doing and how you're doing it and what you can do to be better.
It doesn't matter who you are, or what you can do. As of right now, I'm the smallest on the team. I matter. I made it to an SEC school, me being the smallest, considered the runt of a bunch. Just because you're small or you're not as talented doesn't mean that you can't make it anywhere.